bitch. Alltså så jävla lätt. Yeah, oh my god, what the freak?
What are you doing in here, man?
I'm waiting for a friend.
Waiting for a friend? Yo, I was running this code to make a video, and then you're just in here. That's so funny.
I mean, we can go join another code.
No, it's fine. I'll join another code. See you, bro. So this video is gonna be a little bit different. This is gonna be like more of reasons why I haven't been uploading. I've been a little slow on uploads, and also opening up because I haven't really been able to open up to anyone. I haven't opened up to anyone, and then I'm most comfortable speaking to absolutely no one in a monkey game and posting it online than talking to my friends that have an opinion over it when I can ignore comments on YouTube, but it's harder to ignore directly, if that makes sense. So, as most of you know, I haven't been consistent with my uploading schedule. There are many reasons for that, which is why I'm making this video. I'm making this video on opening up. So this obviously is different than most videos I would upload, but if you didn't come here for this, then you can go ahead and just click off because I don't really care. Like, just click. Anyway, this was just a video to help you guys understand me better and to help myself get better with mental health. I don't normally talk to anyone about these things for many reasons. So this video, well, if you care about how I feel, I guess, then this will help you understand. But no one cares how you feel, and no one will tend to your scabs like a nurse or a mother. The world sucks, alright? It's gonna beat you down, obviously. So then no one's gonna tend to you like a mother or a nurse. If you're sick, you know, the world doesn't care. No one else cares. So, as a child, I was told to brush it off or rub some dirt on it, which isn't a huge deal. It's a good start to learning that life, no one cares how you feel. But the day I turned 11, it was like my eyes were open. I realized everything that was going on in my family, all the downsides. And with all due respect to my mother, I love her and I have a special place for her in my heart, but she's a perfectionist. If I were to get something wrong, I'd get reprimanded, it's got me afraid of failure. And this whole school system sucks. What school basically does, school teaches you to never fail, which is not how you succeed. Succeeding is failing and learning from your mistakes, which school doesn't teach you. It teaches you to learn from, I don't know, a book. A wise person learns from other people's mistakes, and a smart person learns from their own mistakes. A dumb person doesn't learn at all. My mother's Hispanic. Let's just keep that in mind, because she could be rough, right? She gets mad at like every little thing I say sometimes, and thinks it's directed towards her. But anyway, I'm the youngest in my family, and my brothers aren't anything special. We're a pretty normal family for the most part. My eldest brother has a wife and daughter, which makes me an uncle. And the middle out of my three brothers works for a huge computer programming company and pretty much just makes huge apps for massive companies, with one of his biggest projects being for the state of Texas and their firefighters. Now, the youngest out of the three, he's more of the quote-unquote bad kid. He got into a lot of things he wasn't supposed to, like smoking and vaping or whatever, and a couple of worse things, which is sent him to a camp and got him taken out of high school, which caused him to never finish high school, and other things I don't really want to talk about to not put him down, and also I'm not comfortable with sharing that. But getting back on track, as the youngest, I'm constantly being compared to them all. Like how my brother is successful and smart, he takes care of himself, but he really sits in his room all day long. The youngest brother out of three is 27 and I'm 16, so there's quite an age gap, but I didn't have much of a childhood because video games skyrocketed right at the peak of my childhood, quote unquote, causing all my friends to stay inside, and a lot of them moved away. And a good amount of them also committed suicide and died to many accidents in life. At 16, I never really had a childhood, right? Growing up, instinctively, I'm trying to have fun in life, you know, not take it so seriously, because in reality, nothing is this serious. Like, the real world isn't as serious as you think. No one cares about what you do at all. So I'm trying to have fun in life and basically have the childhood I never had before. But I'm unable to because my mother wants me to do other things. She's basically planning out my life, right? And it's like an Asian parent, like, oh, you're gonna be a doctor. Pretty much like that. She's like giving me a whole list of things that I'm gonna do when I grow up. And that basically giving me like a whole different things of what I need to be in life and how I'm never gonna make it. Constantly being compared. Oh, my voice crack. So currently, in real life, I have no friends other than the ones I have online, which are some of my closest friends. I have some friends in my family, you know, like they're cousins and stuff that are friends, but not as close as I am with my online friends. My online friends I'm very grateful for them. I'm forever thankful for my online friends. I've been really close to them. You know, they're a lot of fun to hang out with. I'll leave a couple of friends in the description that have been there. Like, they not necessarily like have been there in my lowest times. They helped me in so many ways. They have no idea how. You know, like, they don't know I'm going through this. They don't know what I'm going through. They don't know anything really. I haven't told them. They don't know they've helped me through this. So this is reason one to my inconsistency with uploading. I'm trying to make every video as best as possible, which drains me. I haven't enjoyed editing videos or making the thumbnails as much, which obviously slows me down. And I'm taking a while to upload, which stresses me out, and it also slows me down. So taking a while to upload stresses me out because in YouTube, if you take a while to upload, your views go down, alright? It's like a fall off, pretty much. Since I'm not a big creator, I'm not necessarily here for views and getting views. I'm here to make people happy or whatever, and like, you know, I wanna be the content creator they watch when they're going poop. I know it sounds stupid saying these things since I've never really spoken about how I feel. I feel like I'm seeking attention because I've never spoken about this really to anyone. I never really speak about how I feel. I always hide stuff, but I always hide how I feel, my emotions. So it feels weird talking about like this, things like this, because I don't know. I feel corny. Love. So this isn't necessarily on topic really, but I've gone through a little like relationship here. It's not really a relationship. I really wanted it to be a relationship. I really liked this girl. There was this girl, right? We'd talk all the time. The conversations could go on forever. The spark was there. It felt like it was there. Whenever they walked into the room, I'd get nervous or whatever, you know. I'd feel like, oh my gosh, they're here or something, you know? That kind of feeling. And then recently, we haven't talked as much. It feels like that spark is going away. I'm not as excited when I see them in the same room. Not because I don't like them. I still really like them. But it feels like I can't have them. It's that like, it's a relationship that, you know, you can't have. And maybe I was just too slow to ask her out because I was waiting for the perfect time and that time never arrived, or I was too stupid and I missed that time. But I feel like I've lost that chance, and hopefully it comes back and I get to ask her. But pretty much, I really like this girl, and then it feels like the spark went out, or she doesn't like me back, you know, which kind of sets you off into like a depression because, you know, it feels like this relationship that you can't have. It's the worst kind of rejection. It's not that she says no, it's just, you know, you can't have it, you know, but you still like her. You don't know why, you keep pursuing it, you still want it. You still want this thing, but you know you can't have it, and you know you're not going to get it. It sucks, but whatever. So that slowed me down a little bit too. And the reason why I feel like I'm so afraid of this is because growing up, I never really grew up with love. There was not much love in my household, like at all. My dad was doing his own thing with his life. Not necessarily, like we were obviously a part of his life, you know? He was a part of our life. He was our father. But we didn't really go on like crazy vacations or anything, or like do anything lovely, or I don't know, sit at a campfire. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So that never really happened. Obviously my mom took care of the responsibility, but it was more of like her being responsible and not loving, you know? It's not her being loving, it's her being responsible. Anytime I try to confess how I feel to her, when I was at my complete lowest in life, she'd yell at me and play the victim as if I was blaming her for my problems, which I never meant to do that. So I stopped trying to make people understand, because they take things differently than I do. They weren't there. They didn't fall to their lowest in a second. I don't want to burden people with my problems. It's not going to make my mental health better. But again, my mom isn't making it simple for me either. I'm in high school. I have a lot of homework and responsibility because my mother doesn't do anything for me. I pretty much do everything. As a child too, I developed many skills at a young age to make my mother proud, or to acknowledge me and feel some sort of love. But it never happened. She was never, quote, proud, or never acknowledged me or those skills. She'd brush it off and then carry on with her day, and so I altogether just gave up. I'm 16 years old. I've made some bad decisions in life. I still haven't felt what love is, which sounds corny. You know, I don't like saying that because it sounds stupid to me. But I was never anyone's first option. I was always a plan B if plan A failed. I wasn't even an option one to myself. I cared more about how other people felt than my own feelings, causing my downfall. I care for everyone. If they have problems, I try to help them because it sucks and I've been there. I didn't make this video for sympathy and for you to feel bad for me, but to better understand me and why some uploads have taken longer than others. I forgot to mention now that my mom's making me prove I did all my homework and stuff and not using AI because I've had some problems with school where they thought I was using AI and not doing my homework. So before I can get in any game or whatever, like before I can make a video or get on Gorilla Tag, I have to make a list of things to prove I'm responsible. Like if I don't do a single one, or if I mess up by a little bit, I won't be able to have any electronics or any free time of my own for that entire week. So pretty much I work my butt off for nothing, which is, it's fine. It's just like a minor inconvenience, but whatever. I've dealt with depression for about 4 years. I've learned not to care what people think. Opinions aren't truth. I've been taking time to myself to try to pretty much make my mental health better, and I've dealt with it by myself. And then whenever I told her anything about my life, or she always insisted that I tell her what's going on, which I'd try, and then she'd always turn it into an argument. Anything I did or said, she'd turn it into an argument and had to get the last word or had to win. She can never apologize. Never apologizes for anything. Like there was this one time, I'll tell you a little story. There was this one time, I was getting ready for this event that I wasn't even necessarily supposed to go to. And then she was rushing me to get ready. I obviously was rushing to get ready. I just woken up, and then she's like, okay. So I'm getting ready. She's going, if you don't get ready, I'm going to go in the car and leave without you. I said, okay, sure. And then I'm still taking a little bit, you know, it's probably a minute later. She goes, all right, I'm just leaving without you. I'm like, okay. So she runs out the door. I just go to my room and start doing my homework because I'm responsible. I make my bed. I do all my things. I'm getting ready for my day. And then I start doing my homework. She comes storming in, slaps me in the face, and then says, what are you doing? I was waiting for you in the car. And I said, no, you said you were leaving. So then it turns into this full-blown argument. I'm over here with my whole face red, my whole side of my face red, because she slapped me across the face so hard. And then, so I'm here wondering what just happened, because she said she was leaving. Now she's here saying that she was waiting for me in the car. And then she never apologized. All she said was, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. It's whatever. I mean, it's fine. Again, I didn't make this video for sympathy or for you to feel bad for me. I only made it to help you guys understand me. I don't know. That sounds corny too. For a better understanding of me and why my uploads are slow. And yeah.